today. The goal here is to do some live reading. So for those who are present with us live, I will be picking a few who I will read their energy and share the reading with all of us. But what I want you to know is that if you are here, the messages that you will hear are for you right now. So no matter if you're watching this now or future, I believe that Spirit brings these messages to us at exactly the right time. So welcome, you've made it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just simply set the reading space with the prayer. So what that'll do is it'll create a container, and in that container, hi Dee Dee, welcome. In that container, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sharing an experience that is in no time and no space. So even though you're not here with me right now, if you're watching the replay, you will be able to feel the sensation of the energy moving through our container, the healing energy that really starts moving through us and allowing the energy to cycle through your own body, your own being, your own awareness, breaking down limiting beliefs, breaking down old programs, breaking down some systems that are running in your subconscious mind that are keeping you stuck from being able to experience the newness that is of your evolution. I don't want to put any pressure of like reaching your divine potential or getting out there and following your dreams, because sometimes some of those statements can be a little bit triggering and they can actually put a lot more pressure on us, especially if we're having a really, really low moment. We've had a lot of low moments in these last couple of years. So I really just want to do what I can to bring a breath of fresh air into your world, into your heart, that gives you the opportunity to just breathe easy, to receive the beautiful healing light that is here for all of us, and to be able to really feel comfortable and grounded in your own skin. So with that, my sweet friends, let's go ahead and start with the prayer. As we call in divine truth and love into this sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Beautiful. And so just simply setting a prayer out there that we are able to connect with exactly the right people at exactly the right time. And so what I'm going to do here is just simply start this channel, get things moving. Iana iawa ua pua sa ataniki iawa. Iaka nakai iawa ua pu ukunaha iawa. Iawa anaiawa ua su unu ua pua anaiawa. Iawa anaiawa ua pua su unu kuaya anake iatatake anaiawa ua pua ku utunakai. Okay, so there is a message coming through that's very clear. It is about trusting. It's about trusting and having unwavering faith. And that unwavering, you are creating a life path. You're creating newness. You're creating a centrifugal force. You're creating magnetism in your world and in your life that is anchoring deeply into the center of the earth as you root in, as you ground yourself, as you become very present with why you are here and what it is that you are doing to embody your state of presence in this world now. Now, the unwavering faith is this. It's that when you're just looking at your world, when you're looking at what's in front of you, or you're looking at what is active in the reality of what you can see, hear, taste, and touch now, what I'm feeling and what I'm being shown is that it is important to continue to focus on leaning in faith. We are being asked right now to fine-tune our creative abilities. We're being asked right now to fine-tune our sense of well-being and self. We are also being asked to fine-tune how we are co-creating with the universe. And so when we're co-creating with the universe, what we're looking at that's really, really important is how are we able to fully connect in? How are we able to be fully present? How are we able to be very honest with what is going on with us inside that subconsciously is actually blocking the energy of the things that we want from materializing. And this is the alchemy. When you visualize something or when you imagine that something's coming in, you're seeing this in the fifth dimension. Using your imagination, using your ability to visualize is your clairvoyance. A lot of people don't recognize this. When we talk about visualization techniques and when we talk about how, like, all of these things that have to do with closing your eyes and seeing images or creating an opportunity or a scenario or meditation, you're using your clairvoyance. That's what it is. You're using your third eye. So when you're feeling that, when you're seeing that, and you're envisioning that something really beautiful is taking place, something really beautiful is coming through, and when you're able to see that there is nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You don't need the next XYZ to complete your education. You don't need these things. Yes, of course, it gives us something to do in this world, but ultimately there's a piece that also comes down to being able to be clear and present with the innate power that is living inside of you and finding that unwavering trust in that space that you've got you, that you will always land on your feet, that you have made it through many, many storms, and that you are here now so that you can build that confidence in leaning into what has already taken place, what has already manifested, what is working for you in your absolute highest and best, so that you don't look for what's in front of you as the evidence of your self-worth, or you don't look in front of you as the evidence that is showing you maybe where you have room to grow. Yes, beautiful. And also what we're being, like, the very clear message here is what we're being called to do is to be very, very clear in fine-tuning our energetic intention and fine-tuning the clarity in which we are co-creating with the universe. This means mastering our emotions. This means mastering our thoughts. This means mastering our reactions. This means mastering our triggers. This means that we are stepping into a space, a field, where we are in complete telepathic communication with the universal frequencies at all times. That never breaks. But what I'm experiencing in the elevation of the conscious evolution and the conscious frequencies that are moving us into higher vibrations from where we're sitting at every single point in the world, what I'm seeing and what I'm being shown with this is that we're opening our space and opening ourselves into a greater sense of not having to hide anything. Telepathic communication means there is nothing to hide. But we as humans have a lot to hide because we have so much shame and blame and competition and comparisitis and all these things that keep us in this place where, like, oh, I need to hide that. Oh, that's not lovable. Oh, that's really not good. This is normal and I feel bad that I have this. Like, these things that we are taught and programmed through media and society, we are detoxing. We're releasing out of our system. And as we're releasing these things out of our system, it is making us a bit more open. It is making us a bit more willing to be able to see what else is there for us as we can lean into the universal intelligence that is supporting us in the guidance. So when you let go of your walls and you release your barricades, and you neutralize and lean into your pride, or you lean into your egoic blocks that says, I don't need help, I don't need guidance, I don't want support, or the support isn't there, I'm all alone, whatever those thoughts are that are perpetuating in your mind, we want to lean into them and find the origin of where they were created so that we can just dissolve the root of it. And it doesn't have to be a big deal. It really doesn't have to be a big deal. We're elevating. If you are consciously choosing to grow right now, if you are consciously choosing to stay on the illuminated path, if you are consciously choosing to stay in the silver lining of what's going on this planet right now, you are already elevating yourself into a new way of being, a new presence that is opening yourself into the frequency of what is here for you. So my goal and my intention is to continue to show up, to be a support for all of us as we continue to raise our conscious evolution and our conscious understanding. So, for those of you who are here live, if you'd like a live reading, please share with me. Let me know that you're here. If you're open to that, what I'll do is I'll just simply tap into your energy fields and recognize that the healing that is available to all of us will be coming through you. So thank you. Yes, Dee Dee, welcome, 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 my love. All right, let's take a couple nice big deep breaths. All right. Hi, Denise Romero. Okay, cool. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay, so Dee Dee, what I'm seeing here is I see that there is it's like there's a big, large, giant, heavy weight on your back. It doesn't necessarily look like the weight of the world, but I do see you carrying a very significant weight. Like you have a very, very heavy, it's almost like a burden that you can't quite get away from. And what I see is that you are trying to run away from it, or you're trying to get away from it. But what I'm seeing is that if you turn around and you face it, you acknowledge what it is and you sit with it and you give it the presence that it's calling for you to give it. As I've said in some of these readings before, hello is a very, very powerful tool. When we say hello to the energy, we acknowledge its presence. And the second we start to acknowledge something that we have been avoiding, or something that we know that's there, but we don't want to talk about it, or we don't want to connect with it, that sort of thing, we're acknowledging that there is a shift in energy. We're acknowledging that we're leaning into something new that is available to us. So give yourself the opportunity to turn and face that heaviness, turn and face that burden. And I'm going to watch you do this. We're going to do this together here now. There you go. And see how that just slowly dissolves. See how when you're facing it, it's like the energy actually starts to minimize. What happens when we actually let go of a victim role or a martyr role or something like that is that we then have to take responsibility for our own health and well-being. And oftentimes what being in the victim role or being in the martyr role needs is attention. There's certain things that have happened. Like I have had so many challenges in my life and things that have happened to me when I was a little girl. And yay, Dee Dee, you're saying yes. I love to hear that that's working. And so some of those things, yeah, they may have created a victim mentality, but there's so much shame that goes on to that is so unhelpful. It is not helpful at all. But what is helpful to somebody when they are carrying pain from the past that they believe came from an influence of somebody else, what they're calling for is attention to be able to help release that burden. So when we say stop being a victim, oh, they're just playing the victim, oh, they're just this, that, the other, it's like emotional and energetic gaslighting to a circumstance or a problem that really could just take 5 seconds of attention that will actually dissolve the entire energetic baggage, the entire energetic burden that's being carried. But it's when people don't want to feel or don't want to connect with another person who is in pain because we have this idea that these people are going to bring us down. This is not true. What's happening is that there is a lack of empathy. There's a lack of empathetic connection that's happening in our world right now. We're seeing an increase in narcissism and we're seeing a decrease in empathy. And I have so much to say about why that's happening, but I want to speak to it and I want to talk about it now because the antidote to all of this is human connection. When we feel another person's pain, it influences us, but it doesn't weigh us down. It influences us, but it doesn't become our burden to bear. It influences us because we have had a felt experience human to human of connecting with somebody that is there, with somebody that is present, that is feeling us, that is seeing us, that oftentimes dissolves the energy itself. So when somebody has something that they're carrying that feels heavy, or that feels dense, or that feels that it's just a little bit too intense, oftentimes, and I would even go as far as to say 10 out of 10, the situation that makes it better is attention and presence. This doesn't mean you have to solve the problem. This doesn't mean that you have to say the right thing. This doesn't mean, and I'll tell you a few things that you can say that I really believe just like neutralize on contact. Instead of sharing a story of relating, or instead of sharing like, oh, I get this, all you have to say is, I hear you. And that pause in that state of presence, that doesn't mean I hear you and I want you to stop talking. That doesn't mean I hear you and I want this conversation to be over. I hear you and da 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 da. Now, of course, we could do another video on boundaries and what this means if somebody comes to you with a challenge. But there's something really, really, really powerful when human beings are able to connect in a state of presence. So when you're able to give the burden that you're carrying, when you're able to give the weight that you're carrying, just a moment of presence, a moment of attention that says, I am willing to be with you. I mean, we can all do that right now with something that we're carrying, someone that we're not forgiving, a resentment that we're holding, maybe financial stress, something that's there that you feel is active and permeating your subconscious all day. Let's go ahead and take a moment to just simply take a breath. Say hello to it. Breathe deep. Breathe easy. Ia nakai wa satane ia wa oapuaka nakai. Ia satane ia tatake anakai ua satanakai. Ia tanaki ia sataraki oapuanakai. Ia sa anaka wa pua oatatake anakai sitatake. Oa nakai wa oaputunakai. Ia wa satatake oni wa ho oakatanakai. Siatanakai uapuanakai sitaraki iniki haya kanakai sutaraki anakai sutanakai. Yatanakai, uapu tukurukanakai, yataraki, yataraki, oanakai, uapu sutanakai, oa oakatanakai, itanakai, hi ikaya, wa satana ayawa, uapu, kuapuanakai, akanakai. Message that's coming in very clear is that how we are choosing to treat others is also generally how we're choosing to treat our inner world. So if we don't have boundaries within, if we're ignoring something, if we're not acknowledging something, if we're avoiding something, if there's somebody we don't want to talk to, there's something that's there for us to learn. There's something that's there for us to lean into that we are avoiding. And so when you give yourself the opportunity to lean into that with graciousness, lean into it with full self-acceptance, lean into it with humility, saying that I am here to learn. Not I am here to be right, but I am here to learn. I'm here to be open. I'm here to evolve. We give ourselves the opportunity to be so much more free in our embodiment. You can feel the energy moving through the field now. You can feel the energy moving through the space now. That there's a collective release that's happening here. It's very, very beautiful. And part of that is because we're going, oh yeah, we're human. We see these things. Oh, you're experiencing that too? Oh, I'm experiencing that too. These are the parts of our shadow that we oftentimes don't want to look at or don't even admit exist. But I can tell you, you're beautiful in your shadow. You're worthy in your shadow. You're absolutely radiant in integrating all these aspects of yourself with such beautiful compassion, such beautiful self-love, and a genuine acceptance for all that is available to you. Beautiful. So I'm going to do another stream of light codes, and those of you that are here and would like to do a reading, please let me know again in the comments. And I'm going to intuitively choose. The way that I do this is I let spirit show me. It's like the way that I see it is like it's highlighted. There's a lot of energy on a name or a request that comes through that I feel very drawn to. So please please know that, again, even if I don't say your name, you are here and you're receiving the healing, and there's always a match. I believe that you're here because there's a match for us to learn and grow together. All right, so one more stream of codes, and those of you that are ready to do that, go ahead and type in the comments. Io nakai ua sa atanai I kaya ua puanaha ia wa ua kanasai itana ia aka itana ia waka uatana ha'atana 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 ha'akua punakua ha'atana 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 ususunakai 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 awa ua pututukurukai utatake onakai utatakurukai yo puturuke anakia wa ho'opua satana yawa ho'opua huanakai iatarake onakai okotanakai iawa tunakai iawa sunakai hu'ukutakai hi okotakanakai hutukunukurukai sunahaya uapua uotanakai hiwa puakua sanakai satanakai hiwa pukukukunukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukurukuruku beautiful. Okay, so love, Lynn. I'm seeing your energy. Hello, welcome, love. It's been a while. I satanaki kia kanakai. We're still clearing a little bit more of that energy from last transmission, what's coming through. Yonakai, 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 yo sasanakai, hupupukonakai, hunakai, sanakai, kutakeriki, anakai, hiwa puku. All right, beautiful. So let's all take a moment to lean into whatever feelings are arising, whatever sensations are arising. Now, you may be having feelings and emotions coming up that you weren't really expecting, or that you're like, oh, I'm just sitting here watching a live. Why do I feel all of this? Beautiful. Lean into it. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself feel. And hi, Alyssa. Welcome, love. Yeah, let yourself feel what's coming up, because what I'm feeling, yes, as I'm saying, we're going to re-level in, but again, there's a lot of energy, and I'm feeling a lot of big prayers for support coming through. So I am going to be here present until this container feels complete because it feels like there is a lot of big healing and a lot of big prayers for support. The other thing that I do want to bring up, of course, is that the 7 weeks to embody your higher self course is still available. The price is going up at the end of November. So if you want to join into it right now, now is your opportunity. You can find it in the Linktree in the bio on Instagram. You can also find it in the description in the Linktree of the video, the other videos that are here on YouTube, as well as below this one. So that 7 weeks to embody your higher self, a little bit different, it's a much more precise, streamlined course, and it will change your life. It absolutely will change your life as easily and gently and gracefully as simply sitting and listening to some recordings and watching how, as your inner world shifts and as you connect in more clearly with the divine potential of your full infinite being, and you truly begin to understand and be clear with who it is that you are in the present field of your conscious awareness. Woo! That there is a lot there for you. Beautiful. Okay, my loves, let's go ahead. Lovelyn, hello. This is exciting. Okay, so what I am seeing, it's like it's like 70% of your body is this shimmery white golden light, and then there's about 30% of your body that is like concreted into what I'm just going to go ahead and call the matrix. I see where you're waking up. I see where you're embodying your clear understanding that there's something more, there's something bigger, there's something more, there's something bigger inside of you. Ultimately, I see it coming through in the vibration of joy and bliss and happiness. But what I'm also seeing is that this is such a powerful mirror for me too. What I'm seeing is that there's the focus on the 30% that's heavy. There's a focus on the 30% that is concrete. There's a focus on the 30% that is stuck. The way that you're going to get out of this is by focusing on the 70% that is working. Focus on what is working, 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 and the rest will literally just fall away. So when you focus on, okay, this is working for me, this is working for me, this is what I'm calling in, this is what I'm dreaming in, this is what I'm like, yes, yes, please, I'll receive the rewards. Yes, please, I'll receive the blessings. Yes, please. You tend to focus on what's not working. Yes. I have a habit of doing that too, and it comes from low self-worth. It comes from low value of self-worth. It comes from parental, like, early childhood caregivers. It comes from if they were stressed. It comes from all sorts of stuff where we learn to focus on what isn't working. But that's the old way. That's the old model. We don't need to focus on what's not working to fix it. We're vibrational beings. We're working in a multidimensional realm. We're stepping into the fifth dimension and beyond. We are embodying the totality of our energetic being in such a way that we are like beaming with love. Absolutely beaming with love. And so when we open our heart space in that way and we give ourselves full permission to go, okay, what is working? What am I grateful for? What am I affirming today? I'm a badass. I've got my back. I've made it through these things. Look, I just took a hit. Like yesterday, I got some news that was like, normally that would like spun me out. And within 5 minutes, I was like, I got this. Doesn't matter. Whatever happens, I got this. I got this. I got this. And so the more that we focus on that, the more that we program ourselves to be moving in the direction of our absolute highest and greatest good, the evolution that spins with us and spins for us as we like shift in that direction, it literally will dissolve the connection to what isn't working. It will dissolve the connection to the density. So this is funny, right? Because it's a little bit of a paradox from the first reading. The first reading was say hello and acknowledge what you are avoiding. But what this one is saying is you're paying too much attention to what isn't working. So there's a difference. The avoidance is the emotional avoidance of I don't want to deal with that. I know that it's here because I feel it, but I'm not going to look at it and I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist. The other one is going, I'm broken, I'm worthless, nothing is working for me, oh my God, I have to fix this. And so it's like a hyper focus on that. Well, the hyper focus on it and the avoidance of it is actually what is causing the magnetism to the reinforcement of the validation that exists. It's going, oh, that's there. We'll see, it's there. My world is showing me that it's there. We'll see, it's there. But my world is also showing me that I'm avoiding like what it is that I'm not really willing to be with and sit with. So when we find that state of presence and we go, okay, I'm willing to wiggle, I'm willing to shake out these frequencies that were a part of my conscious yesterday, and I'm choosing to shift into the direction of the brilliance of what is working for me today. What is working for me today is that I feel good. I feel illuminated. What's working for me today is that I have an abundance of friends. What's working for me today is that the sun is shining. What's working for me today is that I'm happy to respond to emails. What's working for me today is this, is this, is this, is this. And what's working for me today is that I am willing to accept all parts of myself. I am willing to face all parts of myself with genuine loving compassion, because you see how the genuine loving compassion is actually what dissolves what we are avoiding and what we are hyper focusing on. It's that when we sit there and we go, okay, I'm hyper focused on this thing that tells me that I'm broken or that it's not working or that I'm worthless. And because I'm avoiding this thing that I don't want to pay attention to because it affirms that I am worthless or I blah, 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 blah. And I keep saying that word because I feel like that's what's coming up. I feel like that's a lot of what I'm coming up against is I'm like hitting a glass ceiling right now. It's like, okay, it's the worth thing again. It's the worth thing again. It's the worth thing again. So when we appreciate and acknowledge all parts of our human life and we appreciate all parts of our human existence, and we appreciate all parts of how it is that we're showing up in the world in all ways, that all parts of us are lovable, the parts that go into competition with other people, the parts that are jealous of other people, the parts of us that are envious or want to try to win and do something a little bit sneaky or slimy. When we sit with those parts of ourselves and we don't try to shame those parts and say, you don't exist, we sit and we say, hi, I see you. What is it that you need? Allowing that love to come through and allowing that love to beam through and allowing yourself to sit there with such divine compassion to all that arises, that we are here in such a state of grace and such a state of love, that all incongruencies and all energies that don't match that actually simply dissolve on contact. So again, it's like this is what the 7 Weeks to Embody Your Higher Self course is about. It's how do we make more room inside of our body for love? How do we make more room inside of our body for the unconditional compassion of all that is? How do we, inside of our own bodies, make more room to be present with the infinite potential of our absolute and divine nature? How do we make room inside of our bodies so that that physical connection to the infinite source of all that is so present in every single moment, that we are walking in this world with unwavering faith, that we are protected, that we are guided, that we are loved, that we are supported. Yes, we are in school, so we will be challenged, and with every challenge arises an opportunity to lean into more support and more guidance, so that you can continue to feel and recognize that what is here for you is beyond the comprehension of your human mind. And so when we drop out of our mind and we connect fully into our heart, we're able to connect more deeply with human beings that we're connecting in with. We're able to connect more deeply with opportunities that are rising for us. We're able to connect more deeply with just passion in so many ways. So much passion in so many ways. So feeling into that center of your heart space, what does it feel like when you drop into the center of your heart? What does it feel like to be there in the presence of the center of your heart? A lot of people don't like being in the center of their heart because their heart is carrying so much pain that they weren't willing to feel. So in some cases, in order to open our heart, we actually have to feel pains from the past that created a sensation of more pain or more harm. And what I will tell you with this is that the lessons that I have learned in pain have taught me so clearly to run into the pain. When pain shows up, when pain is present, lean into it. Run into it as fast as you can and say, what are you here to teach me? Because when you do that, the pain will last much shorter time than when something painful happens and you want to avoid and you want to drink it away, or you want to Tinder it away, or you want to scroll it away, or you want to whatever. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away until we feel it. So to drop into the center of the heart space oftentimes doesn't always feel good. But when you get past your own walls, because here's the thing, is that those guards that you have up and those barricades and the poisonous moat, I once had an ex, we were breaking up, he was a lyricist, so a little bit more poetic, but he told me that I had a poisonous moat around my heart, and he was not so wrong, unfortunately. But that poisonous moat that I had created around my heart was under the guise or the illusion of protection, that if I carried that around my heart, which was all unconscious, I was in my early 20s, I didn't really know what I was doing. But what I did know is that there was so much tragedy and there was so much pain that I was carrying from a little girl, and some of the relationships that I had, that I learned to shut my heart down in such a way that nobody was let in, not even myself. Not even myself. So when we lean into that space, we come into the center of our heart, and we really know, okay, what's working for me? I am infinitely guided. I am infinitely protected. What's working for me is that I have embodied and I'm here to receive this message. What's working for me is that I am willing to lean into my humility, let go of my pride, and be honest with myself and my inner world, and where I am shutting myself out. And just simply take a moment to feel. Feel what's going on in your body. Feel what's going on in the container that we've created to be here together. That you're not alone. There's a powerful cycle of energy that's moving through here. And as we are showing up now in present time, and even on the replay, knowing that we are here in no time and no space, that we are all here healing ourselves. And as we are here healing ourselves together, we are also supporting the healing in unison of so many others that are here and ready to break free and break through their own heart blocks. Yosana yatana yahana kia wa punakai sana kia hua puanakai iawana awapua kanahi iawaka satanaki iaka tanakai iawa ua punakai hi aka sana hi ikia wa pu ukua I ukunakai I kanakai hi ikio wa pu su utunakai I kanaki a kanaki wa su upu kutokanakai ia kanakia ha asanai a tanakia wa hua pua hana ayawa hua punakua kua. Really, really, really beautiful intention of connecting in also with your divine innocence. Those of you that ever feel that your innocence was taken away, or that it's far away from you, or that it's gone, I want to encourage you to lean in within, to feel that there's something really powerful inside of you that is the connection to your own divine innocence. It is the connection to your own divine worthiness. It is the connection to your infinite state of being and your effortless, beautiful, divine feminine power. Whether you male or female, doesn't matter. There's a divine feminine power that is rising in this world right now. And that divine feminine power has to do with creativity. It has to do with intuition. It has to do with divine knowing. It has to do with stepping into the fifth dimension. It has to do with shifting into the new earth. It's really, really powerful energy, and it is available to all of us here and now. Okay, I'm getting the nod to do one more reading before we close out. So if you're here and you'd like a reading, please let me know in the comments. And what I also would like to say, that in the connection of your divinity, in the connection of your higher self, set the intention for what you want to get out of this last portion, this last segment, as we really tie all things together, come into a cycle of completion. But like, let this be the finale for you. So if you are here, allow yourself to connect in with your intention. All right, Denise, I see you. Hi, I'm going to go ahead and read you. H, I see you. Hello, Maggie, I see you. Hello. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome. All right. Hi, Megan. Hi, love. Hi, love. All right, Amalie. Yes, welcome, welcome. All right, so go ahead and start setting those intentions. What I'm actually doing is I'm asking for an interwoven read. I'm asking for what those intentions are to be set in the container, because like I said, we're here, no time, no space. So even as you're thinking the intention, as you're thinking whatever it is that's coming through, it's coming through for me as well to connect in with. So I'm asking for an interweaving and an interconnectedness of all of these intentions, so that what comes through me, what comes through my mouth, is a mirror that is applicable to all that we have here. So go ahead and lean in. If it feels right, place both hands on your heart. Like I said, setting that intention. What are you ready to break free from today? Today is the day. Right now, enough is enough. Let's go. Let's change a pattern. Let's change a belief. Let's change a system. Let's get unstuck. Let's rise together. Let's absolutely purge what hasn't been working. Let's move forward. Let's celebrate our uniqueness. Let's celebrate our divine brotherhood and sisterhood. Let's really step in and lean into this. So you will get out of this what you are able to receive. So you can go ahead and rub your palms together. You can place your palms face up. If it feels right to you, you can call on the Ascended Master Green Tara. You can call on the Ascended Master Kuan Yin. They have both been very close with me lately, especially in this last couple weeks. So go ahead and allow yourself, I'm already feeling a lot of that tingly energy moving through my body. So let's go ahead and take a nice big deep breath, and this is going to be a channel sort of finale for everyone. Ianakai, Sianakai, Sutatakai, Nakurukuraka, Putukanakai, Kotanakai, Iwa Satarake, Anakai, Uapunakai, Hiwa Sutanaki, Iawa Pukunakai, Yawa Uapua Kana Kana Kanakua Takatakatakatakatakatakatakatakatakataka. Yoana Yawa Uapua. They're showing me that if you are actually ready, to say enough is enough, that you will see the patterns that are within you that are keeping you stuck. And if you are choosing right now to say enough is enough, they will be there to support you to break those patterns. They will be there with you to show you what pieces and parts of yourself are in that constellation within you that isn't allowing you to move forward. But we're going to focus on that movement forward, right? We're going to focus on this is where I want to go. And if any traction or any restriction starts to come in, feel that, lean in, say hello, acknowledge it. Okay, here we go. Anakeawa su okanaki. Yokua puanaha akasata kanaki akuapu ukunakai saanakayawa uapua haanakiawa. Sunaki ia katatakiawa uapua haanakai ku kukunakai kua satakai anayawa haakapu. Ai sanakayawa huakuapu kuanakayawa su onakayawa huukupuanakai si itekai anakiawa haakapu sunaki. Ya akua puanakai iawa pu uku haakanakiawa haakapu sanakiawa. Ho'okonakayawa, ho'okayawa nakaya kanakia tanakewa ho'apua. Ho'okonakiawa, ha'akapu sunakai. Ya'akana kuapu, kuana ha'akapu sutanakai hi'ikitikia. Ya'akanakai, uapunakai, iawa sayana ia kutukunakai. Hi'okuapuanaka, hiawapu ukuna. Iawapua ha'anakayawa ho'okupu sunakai. Ho'okonakai, ha'akana kuapua kanaki. Siakana kaya ha'akapu onake ha'aka. Nice big deep breath. Ayakana kiawa pu'ua ha'aka. Remember to breathe, connecting root chakra all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia. We're moving a lot of energy right now. So if your body feels it needs to move, let it move. If you feel like you need to go to sleep, go to sleep. Just let yourself be in this space. Let yourself be held. And let yourself know that your higher self is your own healer, that you are your own guru, that you are able to give yourself exactly what it is that you need in this here and now present time moment that's going to release and allow all that is not you to flow away down into the root of the earth, the center of Mama Gaia, allowing your energy as you heal yourself to flow down into the recycling center that she can use to heal herself as well, that we are here as conscious beings elevating the frequency of the planet by using our bodies as the conduits between realms, anchoring light frequencies from the fifth dimension and above here in our third dimensional material world. Oanakai, uapu, ukunakai, iawatunakai, anything that has happened to us or for us in this world through our childhood and beyond, allowing all stories to be reconciled with the intention of generous, unconditional love, that all lessons may be learned and all pieces and parts of our fragmented self can be integrated from all timelines of experience, all timelines of existence, and that all karmic agreements can be nullified and dissolved through the means of forgiveness, using the agent of change, the frequency of forgiveness, to move through any and all systems in our body so that we may continue to anchor a higher frequency of that loving, compassionate, divine light in all forms, in all ways. Breathing in light illuminated through the consciousness of your soul's presence. Ewana ewa uapu. Oyana akawapua. Feeling the energy settle down through your body. Feeling the energy move gently, easily, kindly, compassionately. Surrendering into a higher state of grace, higher state of wisdom. Letting yourself be rocked to the lullaby of your own heart song. Yosanaya kananaya oa, yosanaya kuanaya oa, yosanaya kuanaya oa, yo. Again, feeling that root chakra anchor connected from the root all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia, center of the earth. Feeling yourself anchored as you again release, let go, flush the system of all energetic frequencies that no longer serve. I want to remind you that when we do this work, we're working with your body on a genetic, on a DNA level, and on a cellular level. So when we change the frequency that you're holding in your body, it's going to change the frequency of your physical body as well. So be aware that your organs are going to feel a certain way. Be aware that your muscles are going to feel a certain way. So be very, very gentle. This was a very strong transmission. So be very gentle with yourself. Drink extra water, eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Be very clear and intentional. If you can, stay away from sugar, stay away from caffeine, stay away from alcohol, at least for the next 72 hours, minimum, absolute minimum. And give yourself full permission to just breathe. If you're not hungry, don't eat. If you're hungry, eat. Make sure it is intentional and that you are being present with your body, because a lot of energy just moved through. A lot of energy just came through. A lot of powerful awakening codes just came through. So with that, my sweet, sweet, sweet love, please know that you are held in so much grace and so, 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 so much love. And I want to give us just a few more moments in this space, in this shared space that we're in, to just simply breathe. I'm not going to jump off right away. I think it's important for maybe me to just be quiet for a little bit and not fill the space. Here you go, and tune into your own awareness. Go ahead and take a moment and ask yourself, what are you drinking in? What are you filling your cup up with? Now that we've released a lot of energy, be very, very intentional with that. What are you bringing into your body? What are you bringing into your mind? Celebration, unconditional love, self-honesty and self-acceptance for all that is. We have a really, really powerful group here, and I'm so deeply honored to be sharing in this experience with you. Thank you. Again, just continue to breathe. Continue to allow your heart to illuminate. Continue to accept all of your own divine potential, freedom, ease, gentle, nurturing kindness. Feeling so much support from the Ascended Masters and Guides. They're here for you in every single day. Loving compassion of divine illumination. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I am going to encourage you to sit with a journal for a bit, maybe even just a voice memo of what came through, what insights, what action steps, what's here for you and what's working for you. Give yourself the loving grace and space after this. Don't just jump up into something new. Give yourself a few moments in your own space. Drink lots of water, drink lots of tea. Again, hydrate. Keep your cells flushing. You are literally transforming into a new being, a new person. So you're not being lazy. You're not like, nothing's wrong if you're extra tired. Just know that I get a lot of those questions. Yes, your consciousness is changing. Your egoic awareness is shifting. Oftentimes, in order to restructure and rebuild that, your mind has to shut down. Your mind has to go to sleep in order for your higher self and your being to work with you on the astral plane. And that's also what helps to integrate. So honestly, since I've started doing these lives, every day, I think I've taken a nap every day, even 20, 30, sometimes 2-hour naps. There's so much energy moving through me that I feel that I'm actually growing at a rate that's like 2 or 3 days in one day. So be gentle with yourself and let it transpire, let it move through you. You're doing a great job. So again, 7 weeks to embody your higher self. Please do consider joining into that. It is a prerequisite to the advanced level trainings. I've got so many things that I'm cooking up right now for next year, and that's the entry gate. That's the way to get into all of them. So please come in. Please check that program out. These are very, like I said, very precise and very just intentional transmissions. So with those, check it out. Check it out. Okay. I'm still feeling like, woo! All right, my loves. With that being said, I'll link some end cards here to some of the new and full moon transmissions. I do hope they serve you. Stay on this channel. Stay tuned in. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep doing more lives and be connected with you in really powerful ways. So with that, my sweet love, I adore you. I adore you. I adore you. Thank you so much for being here with me. And as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much complete. And if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, tell your friends, do all those things. It feels so funny to say that after these transmissions, but it's important that I do ask for the support. Let's keep it moving, let's keep it shining, let's keep it grooving. And I'm sure I'll see you again soon. Mwah. All right, my love. You're welcome, Denise. You're so very welcome, my loves. Catch me on Instagram too. I'd love to see you there.